guys, welcome back. Well, this week federal workers are facing mass layoffs, and I'm afraid before it's all said and done, the private sector won't be spared either. Government jobs prop up huge blocks of the economy all across this country, so this is going to trickle out and devastate a lot of communities. This week I've been thinking about what we can do to protect ourselves, and today I want to share a few possibilities. Since this is a channel for victims of discrimination, let's start there. First, if you can file a claim for illegal discrimination right now, you may want to go ahead and do that. I'm not suggesting that you make anything up, but if you reasonably believe that they're discriminating against you illegally right now, I wouldn't wait till they laid me off to complain about it. Filing a complaint now sets a retaliation trap for your employer that can trip them up and help you out later. Unfortunately, mass layoffs like this can give employers sort of a built-in, legitimate, non-discriminatory reason to get rid of us. If we want to prove otherwise, we need convincing evidence of their discriminatory intent, and the best kind of evidence to get is direct evidence. In the past, getting direct evidence was nearly impossible, but right now there are some things going on that I think could make it easier. First of all, a lot of really hateful people are feeling really emboldened right now. And it's only a matter of time till they start speaking their biases out loud, even at work, where we can record them and witnesses can hear them. And in parallel, our employers are scrambling to implement sweeping changes that they really don't fully understand, using systems and processes that have already been partially dismantled. They're going to make mistakes. And when they do, we need to be watching and document them. If you're in a one-party consent state, now is the time to find yourself some recording tech and learn to use it stealthily. And if you're not in a one-party state, now is a good time to start documenting all conversations and meetings with follow-up emails. You can document policy changes with before and after copies, keep copies of any announcements they make about how they're implementing these changes, and of course keep the evidence of the original discrimination and any retaliation that you're experiencing as well. Once you've gathered a fair amount of evidence, before you file your complaint, I seriously recommend checking with an employment attorney in your area. And especially right now, the processes that we're used to using for this have been broken. So we have to do things a little different. It's a good time to check in with your union. And if they give you any misinformation or bad advice, document that. You may be able to use it later to file an unfair labor practices charge with the National Labor Relations Board. Well, frankly, right now that's kind of a mess too, but eventually it will settle out, so I'd recommend going ahead and at least preserving this possibility. 2, if you can retire, do it ASAP. If you qualify for retirement right now, even if it's early retirement, that may be the easiest, lowest risk option that you have. Although no option is risk-free right now in this climate. If you're thinking of taking this option, I would do it ASAP. The Office of Personnel Management, who processes federal retirements, is already backlogged, and that's going to get much, much worse very fast. Once you submit your application, follow up on a regular basis in writing and document any delays that don't make sense to you. And if any official you encounter says anything that makes you feel like you have to retire or that you don't have any other options, document that too. 3, let them lay you off. Federal layoffs come with decent severance. For some of us late career people, it can be up to a year's salary. Now, the downside here is that severance is paid by the National Finance Center, which has kind of a bad track record for improperly paying out benefits. So if you go this route, know how much you're entitled to. I'll put some links in the description to help you figure it out. And then watch them carefully and document anything they say or do that reduces the severance they say you have coming or delays the process of getting your severance started. 4, if you can't beat them, join them. I borrowed this one from federal employment attorney Morris Fischer. It's a bold move. Become a whistleblower. I think it actually might be one of the better options that mid and early career workers have. Today I'm going to give you my take on it, but I also recommend that you go watch Morris Fischer's video on the subject, and I'll link to that in the description.
And you've got to believe that love them or hate them, If you think the thing is wasteful that you want to report, chances are pretty good Musk and his team are probably going to find it. And you want to report that before they find it.
And by the middle of our careers, at least, most of us career feds have seen some gross mismanagement, waste, and abuse. In the past, we've had to take those kinds of concerns to our agency's inspector general. But now a lot of those inspectors general aren't there anymore. They've been let go, and there's a new federal watchdog in town. One that's going to be aggressively auditing a lot of these agencies and encouraging workers to rat each other out. And for the most part, management is going to be looking to take care of themselves, even if that means they have to throw us under the bus. So why not use that same playbook right back at them to protect ourselves?
I have 8 different bosses right now.
I beg your pardon?
8 bosses.
8?
8, Bob.
If I was a brand new government auditor looking to build a reputation for myself, I'd want to expose the big stuff that was going to make me look like a badass and build public support for my mission. So I think the more shocking, high-profile examples we can give them of waste, mismanagement, fraud, and abuse, the better. Maybe if enough of us turn in the big fish, it'll take some heat off us smaller fish who just want to keep our heads down and do a good job.
Good luck with your layoffs, all right? I hope your firings go really well.
Okay. Now, if you decide to take this route, there are some things you have to do to make sure that you're protected by whistleblower laws, and I'll leave some links about that in the description. And I know there are some of you out there who are already whistleblowers, so I'm really curious what you guys think about this option. I mean, do you think this will work, and do you have any advice on how to do it the right way? Keep your head down and do your job well. Now, this should go without saying, but at times like right now, when you feel like your employer doesn't care about you at all, I mean, it can be tempting to slack off. Now is not the time to do that. In every job I've ever had, there were things that were technically against the rules, but everybody did anyway. So now is the time to reel in your own conduct, no matter what everyone else is doing, and follow the rules to the letter. And don't forget the Hatch Act. Violating it is a fireable offense. So stay away from political rallies and don't post partisan political comments on any kind of social media where you can be identified as a government worker. There's a lot of uncertainty out there, and that makes it really tough for us to figure out what's best for us. But I hope some of what I've shared today has given you some options. If you have thoughts on anything I've said today, or if you have experiences of your own to share or suggestions, drop those in the comments. I would love to hear them. See you next time. Till then, take care and hang in. Fight smart,